Hello everyone, welcome to another book review. This one is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. Now this book, right off the bat, I recommend it. It's a very nice introduction to Norse mythology. It's a retelling, a modern sort of retelling, so it won't have, all the, for the poetic, all the poetry lines and all the epithets and stuff. So it just reads like a story, like a prose story. And so it's really good for people who aren't used to the sort of old style of writing stories, like the poetic down there, where you have, kind of like stanzas. So, it's a very nice introduction. We'll go through the book here. This is the hardcover version. So the reason that I recommend the hardcover version over the paperback version is because when I was looking at the reviews on Amazon, this is what it looks like. I wanted to get the paperback edition because it's a kind of small book. It doesn't really need to be hardcover, right? But apparently the paperback version has deckled edges, and if you like that sort of thing, just go ahead and buy it if you want. But me personally, I do not like it. So if you are not a fan of deckled edges, I would say go for the hardback. It's like, I don't know, $30 or something. Not too expensive, but is more expensive than the paperback. Now, for this dust jacket here, you got Mjolnir at the front, classic thing here. You've got some reviews. Here's the ISBN number. Can't really... You can sort of see it. Yep, on the inside, we have a little summary of the book, if you wanted to read that. Then we have some information on Neil Gaiman, the author, who's, really good author, fucking Coraline, American Gods, co-wrote Good Omens. Now this book, if you don't know if you can see it, but around here it is divided. Here it's like a smooth sort of surface. Here it's like rough, so it's actually kind of good for grabbing it, especially off a bookshelf. It gives you a bit of a place to grip it from. Now if you open it up, classic empty page. Now these pages are actually of a quite good quality. Feels nice. A bit Norse mythology here. Get some works by Neil Gaiman. And also illustrated ones. The Norse mythology also comes in illustrated. So if you wanted to read that instead, like you didn't want to read words, you wanted to get pictures like a comic book, then you could pick that up instead. I believe it's more expensive. Now here we have some nice art. Some nice, what looks to be Norse. I don't know if it's genuinely Norse kind of style or inspired art. We've got more over here. Got the classic, this is the publisher page. Alright. Got another illustration here. With some sort of warrior with a spear and a shield. Not the best. What if I increase the brightness? Yeah. Alright, we'll turn the page. So we've got the contents. So it starts off with an introduction, which is a classic. But the first chapter is actually called The Players, and it just kind of introduces Odin, Thor, and Loki, kind of the more main characters in Norse mythology. Then it begins at the start and starts going through all the stories of Norse mythology, but kind of told a bit of in a prose retelling. It doesn't include stories of heroes. So the poetic Edda, as you may know, half of it is gods, and that's included here. The other half is heroes. Doesn't include any of those. It would be a way longer book if it did. yeah, and at the end, a glossary. So if you're ever confused about a name, you see a reference to someone, you open the back to 285. Good glossary. And, alright, mate. And you'll see you'll have alphabetical names and just kind of explanations. And it's very useful if you forget stuff or you take a break reading. So it starts off with this introduction. You know, and it's just Neil Gaiman's introduction. He's just talking about history and, you know, what he thinks of it. Then it ends. And we begin into Norse mythology proper. The players, and as you'll see, it just kind of sets the stage, so to speak. And it talks about Odin, a brief history of him, many names, Thor, and then Loki. And then it gets straight into it. So this dude talks about, you know, the beginning, state of Yggdrasil, and now it goes into the stories, how Odin sacrificed his eye to drink from me as well. Goes through all the stories. And yeah, won't spoil too much in case you wanted to read it. But there's 300 pages worth of good stories here. And the ending, I love it. If you're familiar with Mythology, you know the ending. And I like how hopeful it is. So yeah, that is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I would recommend it if you're kind of interested in Norse mythology, but maybe you watched the Marvel movies and you're like, I wonder what it really is like. Or you're just kind of curious, you know, could I get into this? I like Greek mythology. I want to get into Norse mythology. Then this is definitely a good beginner-friendly way to just dive into it. I used it, and it got me to buy the Poetic Edda. I'm also going to order the Prose Edda. This when I get paid. So this is, you know, it's a very nice introduction. It presents the myth beautifully, very well written. It's a very simple writing style. Not saying that's bad. In fact, you know, it means anyone from any age can actually read it and understand the stories. And there's a sort of simple elegance to it. So, yeah, if you just hate mythology, why are you even watching this video? But if you're like, you know, I want to get into Norse mythology, or if you're already into it and you just kind of want a nice summary or retelling, I think it's pretty cheap. Just pick it up. Don't forget, if you don't like deckled edges, don't go for the paperback. But if you don't mind them, get it. So yeah, that's my review. I like it. You might like it too. Try it.